Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I want to come back to you guys with another Q&A. I want to get in the habit of making these Q&As more of a regular thing on the channel. That way I can interact with you guys more. I know a lot of states are coming off a lockdown. I know a lot of people are getting antsy because of everything that's been going on. And I just want to say, make sure you stay safe out there. If you have access to personal protection equipment like masks or gloves, or even if you got to get like a tablecloth or something, like just do something to where you're protecting yourself. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. Just stay safe if you can. So with all that out of the way now, let's go ahead and get into the Q&A for this week. Top commenter asks, who do you see more potential in when it comes to AFK? Guy or Lee? Lee. You like Lee. If you go by the idea that the Next Generations surpasses the one before, then by default it's got to be Lee. So yeah, I definitely think that's going to be Lee. And I think when Lee opens up the 8 inner gates, that's going to be something that's going to be really, really epic to see. And I think he should die. Naruto doesn't need to touch him and stop him from dying. Caleb Lira asks, what are your thoughts on the second part of the war? Kage, Zetsu, Hagoromo summon all the previous Kage. Just really curious. Also love your channel's been growing consistently. Keep it up. All right. The second part of the war arc. So this is after the countdown arc. This is after the preparation. So you're talking like the Ten Tails Jinchuuriki arc and the Kaguya Strikes Back or whatever they call it, that arc. I didn't like it. I feel like Kaguya being shoved down our throats, like being mentioned like around chapter 660, 650, somewhere around there. Like Kaguya was brought into the manga, at least name dropped into the manga like a year before, and it's like Black Zetsu a year later. It's like, yeah, I plant this. Hey Naruto, and he got on some eyes and shit. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And like Kaguya was just absolutely terrible. So no, I didn't like the second half of the fourth Ninja War, even though like you had some epic moments like the 5 Kage versus Madara, Sasuke and Itachi versus Kabuto, Kakashi and Obito. Like Kaguya by herself and Zetsu just kills so much payoff. So no, the war arc in general is trash. Ian Body asks, can you do, let me know if I said your name right. Now that you got 100K, can you do a face reveal? I ain't doing face reveals for a while, man. I've said that. Oh man, this is gonna be like 3 Q&As back to back. I'm like, I ain't doing a face reveal for a while. Nah, man, I did 900 to like 1,000 videos on the original channel with just straight face reveals. I ain't going back to that for a while. I might do it when we get a million. I'll probably do it at 1 million subscribers. Anthony Green asks, do you think Boruto having a Sushi transformation? And can you do what if Naruto was at the 5 Kage summit? That actually happened in my what if Jiraiya never died video. Do you think Boruto having a Sushi transformation? I definitely think that's gonna happen. John Light 52 says, I can't think of a question right now, but I just want you to know that I love you and all the content you produce. Keep up the great, man. I love you too, man. Thank you. Rob World asks, what elements of the Naruto series do you appreciate the most? And if you could create your own 3-man team to assign missions, who would it be and what missions would you give? Okay, the elements that I love about the Naruto series the most, I love the strategy element. Like, I love that the most out of anything. Like, in particular, I love how in part 1 they hammered home the fact that it didn't matter how strong you were, it didn't matter how much of an edge you had on the character when it came to stamina reserves and everything. A good, well thought out plan could be your undoing, and how the smallest thing that you overlooked ends up coming back to bite you in the ass. I love that part of the story. Like literally, I love how like in the second part of the story, Sasuke versus Deidara, that's like the most underrated fight in Naruto Shippuden. Like that's one of the most underrated. That was so insane to see the type of stuff that's going on strategy wise. The 3-man team that I would assign to make missions. So if I just had to pick 3 characters, and they could be any characters at all, I'd pick Itachi. I would pick Itachi. I would pick Darui, and I pick Minato. I think that'd be a really badass team right there. I think that'd be a really badass team. And for characters like that, I'd be doing like Anbu level stealth missions. Roof Malazi, so you've asked the question before, so I'm actually gonna skip this because I want to be able to get to as many people as possible. I Am Godly says, if Naruto dies before Sasuke, do you think Sasuke is going to use Naruto's body like Nagato used Yahiko? Or do you think... I think he lets Naruto's body rest in peace. I definitely think that happens. Let's see. The Flying Thunder God asks, do you think Kaguya will come back? I think there's a possibility. I do. I've done a video talking about that. So if you're caught up on the manga, check the Boruto Talk playlist. Ali Kazuka asks, hey Naruto, explain. Thank you. Congratulations for 100,000 subs. My question to you is, I'm wondering how it is that Madara gave Nagato the Rinnegan when Obito claimed that he did under Madara's identity. You know what? Like, that's like one of the biggest things. Like, Madara, how the hell could he do that? Unless he used Zetsu. That's like the only thing I can think of, that he used Zetsu as a way to do that. I mean, that's just one of the things that's never going to be explained, but that's like my best guess. Unless you don't think that Madara was creeping in a little boy's rooms and touching them while they're sleeping. Temptation Zion asks, what genjutsu do you think Shisui used against Team Owl? I think I love your comment, by the way. I love your content, by the way. Oh, you're talking about the filler episode. So I've seen that scene, and I think that Shisui was just going to use like some basic crazy Sharingan genjutsu, but we also know that Ao was aware of what Koto Masakami could do, so it's possible that, you know, he used Koto Masakami on somebody in that group. Let's see. Joshua, so I've answered one of your questions, but I'm gonna have to skip you. Gallimore Stonefist asks, when is Boruto finished? Who do you think will die? I think there's a strong possibility that 2 members from Team 7 could be dead. And I'm talking all members of Team 7. Sai, Yamato, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. I think 2 members of Team 7 could die. Ralph Bolt asks, in the Boruto manga, do you think Boruto and Kawaki even stand a slight chance of freeing Naruto from the seal as they are now, or should there be a time? I think there should be a time skip. I think that having Naruto sealed away and having them work towards that would be a great way to create tension. Let's see. Bushido Brown 954 says, for the sake of the plot, Naruto's nerfed versus Jigen. If he wasn't, do you think he could beat him? No. Like, the reason being is, if Naruto's fighting at full power and he's got Sasuke there, even though it's stated that they're fighting at full power, and people saying they didn't use shadow clones and all this stuff, yeah, but let's just assume like Naruto was still holding back. I don't think they can be Jigen right now. I don't think that can happen. Swaggy J Gaming says, you should do a what if on what if Naruto had the Rinnegan at birth, Nagato give one or both Rinnegan and Naruto. I'm actually working on a what if Naruto got the Rinnegan. So that's gonna be a while, because again, what ifs take me a long time to make, but I am working on that. I'm scripting that. Osama Alagami says, man, shoot, okay. Who's the better villain, Madara or Jigen? It's too early to say if Jigen's gonna be a better villain because this arc is still ongoing, so Madara by default. Mickey Lee says, do you think Naruto would have been stronger even more if he learned Snake Sage mode, or Snake Sage mode? No, I don't think so. Christina 13704 says, congrats, I appreciate your work. I've been watching this new time travel arc and want to know if you think it's going to be a lot like The Lost Tower. He's spending so much time at Naruto and probably Hinata that can't help but wonder if it's going to turn out the same in the end. I mean, they seem to be breaking a few rules already. Plus, it seems like Sasuke's already ignoring a major issue. They're doing like a time paradox. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like that, but I definitely think that they're going to borrow some elements of The Lost Tower. Where do you think, Kochi Kun asks, where do you think Hiruzen is ranked between all the Hokages at their peak? I mean, this is like, man, this is tricky, because like if you take what they say in the manga at face value, if you take what Kishimoto wrote, I think in Naruto Data Book 2, like Hiruzen's supposed to be stronger than all of them. So if you take that at face value, then yeah, but man, I don't know, man. I don't buy into that. Like, I really don't buy in that. I feel like when that was introduced, that was one of those moments where Kishimoto was like, oh, the Hokage is so powerful, Hokage is so special, I gotta hype this up. I feel like that was just one of those moments where, as the series went on, it was just one of the many retcons that happened in the story. Like, I know some people say, that's Optimus Razor, you can't do it. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't buy into that. Like, I really don't buy into Prime Heroes, and I think that's like a unicorn. Like, everyone talks about it, but nobody's seen it. We can look at what he did in the war arc. No, we can look at what he did in the war arc where, as an old man, he's pushing back against Spiral Zetsu's like multiple chakra nature attacks, and he wasn't at full power when he did so. You could use that and say, yeah, so that's proof that if old man Hiruzen could do that, then Prime Hiruzen could just absolutely demolish. Again, that's the unicorn. Everybody talks about it, nobody's seen it. Kenny asks, who's your favorite Naruto character? Kakashi. Okay, so I'm only gonna do a couple more of these. Do you think base Rock Lee will be stronger than base Might Gai and therefore making 8th Gate Lee more powerful than 8th Gate Gai? Yes, I definitely think that base Rock Lee is stronger than Might Gai. Mighty Twins Tuck and Ella says, if you could change anything about the Hyuga clan and Tenseigan, how would you do it? If I had to, so the Tenseigan, what I would change is the fact that you need to have a Sasuke chakra, and you need to have the Hyuga clan's eyes implanted into Sasuke. I think that should be the next evolution of the Tenseigan, or excuse me, of the Byakugan. I think only whoever the clan leader is for the Hyuga clan should be able to awaken it. So like say if for instance, if it ends up being Hinata, that Hinata is able to awaken. I think that that's how that should be done. I think that it should only be one person in the clan who has that massive level of chakra. I think that's how it should be done. I'm gonna do one more. Lee and Big Mac says, what do you think ever happened to Genma, Izumo, and Kotetsu? Who fought alongside Asuma before he died, and Genma, aka the dude with the toothpick in his mouth. So we saw Genma during the Fourth Shinobi World War when he and the other guards of the Hokage squadron were able to use flying Raijin in order to teleport Mei to Lady Tsunade, because Tsunade had that seal on her. So I would definitely say that, Genma's probably busting nuts inside of somebody right now. And when it came to Kotetsu and Izumo, I mean, they're fodder. Who gives a fuck what they're doing? I hate to be like that, man. But when it comes to guys like this, like, who in their right mind actually sits there and wonders, like, yo, I wonder what Kotetsu and Izumo are doing? Like, maybe you wondered that, and if that's the case, I'm totally not throwing shade at you, because, I mean, we all got characters that we're absolutely fascinated by. Like, for instance, I still have moments where I wonder what the hell Mizuki is doing, the guy from chapter 1. Like, I've always wondered what happened to him. I've been told, like, the original Naruto anime has a couple of filler episodes that deal with them. Like, I've always wondered. I might check that out. I might actually check that out, man. Like, I've been playing with the idea of just opening up the Discord that I use to talk to a few people privately. I've been playing with the idea of just opening up the Discord and kind of doing like a big ass watch party, because a lot of you guys know, like, I'm not a big fan of the Naruto anime in terms of, I see a lot of stuff they change and a little few things, and like I've always kind of nitpicked over that or whatnot. But watching the anime with my brother-in-law, who he just got into Naruto when my sister was pregnant with his kid, and so watching him watch some of the episodes, the canon episodes, and him watching some of the filler. I actually sat down and watched a couple of filler episodes with him, and he was so insistent on watching filler. He's like, it's all part of Naruto, you should just embrace it. And the thing is, it's like, I was like, okay, this is actually somewhat, interesting right here. So I might do that, because I'm genuinely curious about the different filler episodes that we've done. I might just do like a Naruto watch party from like episode 1 all the way to like episode 500 of Shippuden, so all 720 episodes of the Naruto anime. I might do like a watch party and just do commentary and everything, just be on the Discord. I might do it. I need to do something, because YouTube has given me access to memberships for probably about 5 or 6 months now, and I've just never done anything about it. My dude Space Tigers told me for a long time, like, you need to jump on live streams and you need to play with just doing some stuff for memberships. You're gonna absolutely love it. And I don't know, man. I've just kind of been racking my brains on it, man, because I see what a deal does with his his Discord server, and I've always been interested in kind of trying to do something like that. But YouTube is not my full-time job. I work a full-time job with my day job. I'm not quite ready to take take that leap of faith and just do YouTube full time, even though I have a really high CPM rate and I do very well on the channel. I just losing the channel in the past, I'm hesitant to take that step, and for me to do that Discord, I would really have to move some stuff around in order to consistently interact with you guys. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, because I'm leaning towards doing it. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.